Welcome to this lesson, and you will learn how beautifully draw an object with a fabric sample in volume in the Procreate app. I'm Kate, an illustrator and sketching teacher with many years in the field, and I have created many illustrations for design projects and taught over 2,000 students in my courses. Subscribe to my channel for new lessons, and this 15 minutes lesson will fit easily into your day. Before you begin the lesson, please download all the materials, brushes and images using the link under this video. Let's create a new canvas, and I set 20 on 29 centimeters and 300 dpi. Next, we will use a photo of the chair for reference, and for convenience I have opened it on the right side. And for drawing, I will use a dark gray color and sketch thin brush. Next, I outline the shape of the chair, starting with the backrest. In this lesson, we won't use a drawing assistant. To deepen your understanding of perspective, I invite you to join my course, where I cover this topic in detail. I have also attached a finished line drawing to the lesson. If you would like, you can use it or trace over the photo of the chair. When I draw, I don't press too hard on the stylus. First, I define the shape of the chair's backrest, and next I will sketch the seat. I first draw one seat cushion and then the second on the base. And the heights of these cushions are approximately the same. I believe that a practical lesson like that, drawing by eye, is very useful as it develops your sense of proportion. And next, I will draw the metal base near the lower edge of the second cushion. And next, I will draw the armrest, starting with the one closer to me. Next, let's add the part of the metal backrest that is visible in the photo. I show the thickness of the metal armrest. Draw the leg. Next, I draw another leg, and please also notice that it should be a little bit by angle. And also the last one. Next, I will show the second armrest, and also I will show the thickness of it. And our sketch is ready. I won't work on it in too much detail, as it won't be needed later. I also want to make this chair a little bit smaller, so I take transform tool and make the image smaller a bit, using uniform option. And next comes the most interesting part, adding color. Let's create a new layer and place this layer under the layer with the outline drawing. And next, let's take selection tool and select the shape of the chair. Please follow me in the video. I speed up the video here a little bit for your convenience. If you would like, you can put on pause. And next, I select a light red color and fill this area with the one solid color. And next, I will slightly adjust the edges of the shape, as it's always difficult to make the selection perfectly smooth. I will use a small brush to refine the edges. If you would like, you can do the same. And I also speed up here the video a little bit for your convenience. Next, we will knit the fabric texture, and we will add it to the canvas. You can find all the materials for the lesson by the link under this video. And I will duplicate the texture layer, since I will need several pieces of it. One piece for the backrest and the second for the seat. Let's make the first one invisible and select the second one. And next, I use transform tool to adjust the shape. I use distort option and adjust the shape of this fabric so that the fabric pattern follows the direction of the backrest. And then I apply clipping mask for this layer. And now the texture is placed inside the selected area. Next, let's make visible again the layer with the texture, the first one, and duplicate it one more time again. And I select the second one, take transform tool, and I adjust the shape of this sample again to cover the seat of the armchair. like this. And next, let's apply clipping mask for this layer to place the texture inside the selected area. And I will use eraser tool to erase a little bit these parts of this sample. Next, I will place a different texture sample on these sides of the chair. And again, let's take this layer with the fabric sample, make it visible, and place under all these layers with the samples. And I duplicate it one more time because I would like to use it twice. So one I place here and cover this area of the chair. And again, I adjust a little bit the shape and duplicate one more time and place it here. Great. And at the end, we can match all these layers into one. Next comes the very interesting part, creating volume. Above the texture layers, we will create a new layer and change the blending mode to multiply. And again, let's apply clipping mask to this layer. Next, I will take a soft brush, airbrush spray. I pick a dark red color and I begin to darken the backrest of the chair on the right. I also darken the sides of the seat. Please note, I press very softly on the stools. Next, I will make the brush size smaller and darken the gaps between the cushions. And look at the volume that the chair is already gaining. Next, I will darken the gap between the seat and the backrest. And with a fine brush, I emphasize the edges of the backrest cushion and the corner of the seat. And please note, I press very softly on the stools. Next, to give the object more volume, we will add light. I create a new layer with the Add mode. And I apply clipping mask and change the color to light red color. And again, with this soft brush, I add very softly light on the seat and on the backrest. And next, I will take a brush with a fine tip and emphasize the corners and seams of the cushions. I don't make them too bright, just very softly I show this shape. Next, on the backrest of the chair, we can see in the photo that the seam runs along the perimeter of the backrest, and we can emphasize it more. And also there is a visible seam on the cushion on the seat of the chair, and we also can show it here. But please note, on the area where we have shadows, don't make it too bright. Please follow me in the video. Next, I go to the layer with the multiply mode and take darker tone of red. I want to darken more the areas under the seams and also these gaps, darken more. If you need to do the same, you can do this. So while I outline the seam more, it becomes more visible. Next, let's draw this metal frame of the chair. I create a new layer and I will use not red color like on this photo. I will use this color. I will use turquoise color. And let's take sketch line brush. And next, I draw the frame of the chair just like in the photo. At the base, please follow me in the video. And here. Next, I draw the armrests and also show the thickness. Again, please follow me in the video. I just use one solid color. And I also color the legs and I draw the frame of the backrest and also the details which we see. And I color another leg and the second armrest. And this leg. Great. And make sure to show the correct thickness of the armrests. And if it will be needed, you can correct it. Next, I will show the shadow on the frame. I will take a darker tone of the same color, and with a fine brush, I add shadows following the shape of the base, legs and armrests. I darken the edge of the lines on the right and at the bottom. I add these thin lines along the shape of the legs, of the base, here, and around the legs, and also here on the second armrest. And please note, I draw with very thin lines. Please follow me along the video and do the same. And also here I will darken this area. Next, to create volume, we need to add light. I create a new layer with the Add mode. And again, I take the thin brush and I add small highlights on the corners, on the legs, and here, and on the base. And this metal shape immediately gains volume. And I like it very much. Also, please note, I add highlights on the legs. This will make them beautiful. And also here. And on the back rests. And actually we can make some highlights brighter, so we can take even not white but light blue color. Yes, very beautiful. Next, let's add shadow under the chair. I create a new layer and I place this layer under all the layers and I will use normal mode for this layer. And next, I take selection tool and select this area between the legs and fill it with one solid color, gray color. Next, I go to the menu Adjustments and I will use Gaussian blue and blue this area in 6%. Great. And we can duplicate this layer and change the layer mode to multiply mode and adjust this shape a little bit to make the shadow more beautiful, like that. And again, we can blur it a little bit. Let's use Gaussian blue. Beautiful. I like this effect very much. And next, let's add final touches to give it more expressiveness. Let's use this layer with the Add mode above all the layers. And I pick light red color. And also I will use thin brush. And I will emphasize more the seams of the chair on the areas with the light. Great. You can follow me in the video and do the same. And also I want to increase the contrast by adding shadows on the layer with the multiply mode. And I add shadows more here and also here. And I emphasize the corners of the executions more and the seams here and here. Great. I like this chair very much now. And also I can darken these areas and here. And the chair is ready. I'm happy with the result. I like it very much. And I would like to see your sketches. Share what you have created. How did you like the lesson? Your feedback is very important for me. Please share what new things you have learned and keep drawing to develop your skills.